Today can be the turning point in your life by making a simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Madera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. I'm your host, Michelle Malcolm, and as always, it's a pleasure to be in your company today. Thank you so much for tuning in on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Lovely day out there today. Today is Wellness Wednesday. And every Wednesday around these parts, we talk about matters pertaining to your health. And that is what we're going to be doing today. The telephone numbers to call in case you have a question or a comment or would like to make some kind of contribution to what we're going to be talking about today. 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. And the WhatsApp line for text messages or calls is 801-0271. 801-0271. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm or Global 99.5 FM page. Also streaming live on our official channels on YouTube. And you can catch us on Cable Bahamas channel 974. So that's how you can tune in. So on today's show, we're going to be talking about something that is vital to us all, although we take it for granted. Something that we cannot live without, although we take it for granted. And when I say the topic of the day's show, you may say, I don't know, you know, because she ain't got much to say on that. But you'd be surprised. I have to confess, I learned a lot in my research for this show, some of which debunked what I thought I knew. And I trust the source of information for this show. He's actually been a guest of GPS, if not here in another place. Pharmacist Ben Fuchs is the source of the information that I'm going to be providing today. And I do trust his expertise and knowledge because he really does know his stuff. But before we dive into that, I have to go into this real quick, and the show's not going to be about this today, but because I am working on a show about what I'm about to read to you for another day, but I just have to put it out there. The Biden-Harris administration will end COVID-19 vaccination requirements for federal employees, contractors, international travelers, Head Start educators, and CMS certified facilities beginning Thursday of next week. What does that mean? For those of you who are not vaccinated, you're now going to be able to travel freely and unhindered to the United States. Well, you know, all the things considered, you got to have the visa and long guidance or whatever other requirements would be. but they're no longer going to hinder you from entering the United States because you are not vaccinated. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to leave that right there. Because, like I said, I'm planning a show around that. But I just wanted to put that out there. When I sent it to a friend of mine today, she said, how did she put it? Patient man ride donkey. How many people took that shot? Anyway, like I just say, I ain't going there today, but we will go there. Now, what are we going to be talking about today? Like I said, we just take this for granted. We think that's just that. No big deal. But you're going to learn today that water, WATER, is a very big deal. And here's some of the things you're going to learn today. Water isn't just water. In addition to different types of water, you also have different states of water. And the state of the water in your body is what can make a huge difference between whether or not you are healthy or whether or not you are ill. Like I said, what I learned in my preparation for this show debunked somewhat of what I thought I knew. And again, I trust the source because he knows his stuff. So, Pharmacist Ben Fuchs, for those of you who have never heard of him before, he's a pharmacist by profession, owns his own pharmacy, but his story is quite unique because although he started off as a traditional pharmacist, prescribing traditional medications, as all pharmacists do, somehow he got introduced to the concept of the power of nutrition. And so when somebody would come to him with a particular condition, with a what do you call it, a prescription, he would fulfill the prescription, but then he would say, along with this, maybe you should take some, and then he would tell them what nutrients they need. Well, eventually he got to the point where he was telling them about the nutrients more than the pharmaceuticals, because he realized that the nutrients were doing better for the clients than the pharmaceuticals. Well, obviously he didn't last very long in that pharmacy where he was working. He got fired. They tell him, we don't think you suited for our business. You got to go. Because clearly they were making more money from the pharmaceuticals being sold than from people getting nutrition in their bodies. So he went out and he started his own pharmacy. But his pharmacy is different because it places more emphasis on teaching you how to heal nutritionally. And in some cases, he may have to write a prescription or, fill a prescription for pharmaceuticals. But his pharmacy is one that is based on teaching people how to heal nutritionally, holistically. Very unique, very unique. And now he owns his own pharmacy and is doing quite well. So, Pharmacist Ben Fuchs is the person who you will be hearing in all these clips today. Water isn't just water. Please like and share this show. You're going to get some information today that's going to blow your minds. I'm telling you, I went through this and I was like, wow, whoa, okay. Really? Yeah, I learned a lot. And like I said, he debunked some of the things that I thought I knew. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about, the first thing you'll hear from Pharmacist Ben is what he calls PQ. You've heard of IQ, which is the measure of your intelligence. We've heard of EQ, which is the measure of your emotional intelligence. But he says that people around the world are severely lacking when it comes to PQ. PQ, meaning physical intelligence, the intelligence of your physical body. So let's start with that as a ground what do you call it, a foundation for what we're going to be discussing today as it relates to the different types of water and, more importantly, the different states of water and why you need to know this information for your health and healing.
You've heard IQ, obviously, right? IQ is intelligence, problem solving, mental, cognitive abilities. EQ, have you heard of EQ?
No.
EQ is emotional intelligence. Some people have high EQ. They're more compassionate. Have more empathy. They're better in relationships. They know how to talk to people. That's called EQ, emotional intelligence. You have IQ, intellectual intelligence, EQ, emotional intelligence. Well, I came up with something called PQ. I made it up, so you probably haven't heard of it. It's physical intelligence. What we suffer from in this country is an epidemic of low PQ. We don't understand our bodies. We don't understand our biochemistry. We don't understand our biology. We don't know how to eat. We don't understand nutrition. And it costs us longevity. It costs us health. It costs us money. It costs us joie de vivre. It costs us our relationships. It costs us a good life because we don't understand how our bodies work. So when the doctor says, oh, you don't need that silly little gallbladder, you can live without it, let's just take it out and you'll be better off. But we say, okay, fine, I don't know what it does anyway. Or the doctor says, well, we think you might be at risk for breast cancer, so we're just going to take those breasts right now. You don't need them anyway. Or you have endometriosis, or you have pelvic pain because you're not getting enough essential fatty acids, or you're not clearing your estrogen effectively. So the doctor says, we're just going to take your uterus out. You don't need your uterus. We'll just put you on hormones. Or we're just going to take your thyroid out. You don't need your thyroid. We'll just put you on hormones. You don't have to worry about taking care of your immune system. We'll just give you this injection. Yeah, it's a genetic injection. We never did it before, but we've done the studies. We know it's okay. And because we have low PQ, we just say, okay, fine, do it. So what I'm about personally, what longevity is about, and hopefully what you guys are about too, is helping raise PQ.
Okay, so we're going to raise some PQ on the show today because, like I said at the outset, this is a topic that most of us take for granted. It's just water. Water. What a boring topic. No. You're going to learn a lot today if you tune in about how water affects your body. So, like and share this show. Let everybody know that this is something that we all need to be listening to. We all can learn something from what we're going to hear from Pharmacist Ben Fuchs today. So make sure that you let everybody know to tune into this show, please, because, it could very well be that a part of the sickness that people are dealing with right now is because of this lack of this most important thing, or just not getting the right type of this vitally important thing, which is water. We cannot live without water. Most of our body is water. You try going, too long without water, and you will end up very sick or dead. We cannot do without water. And yet many people drink very little water, very, very little water. Some people say they don't like the taste of it. That's how much they have become used to drinking other things as opposed to water for their hydration. And much of what they're drinking is seriously damaging the body. So let's start by talking about what is the best type of water. Yeah, there are different types of water. You've got alkaline water, you've got tap water, you've got filtered water, you've got spring water, reverse osmosis, all these different types of water. And depending on who you talk to, some would say this water is better and the next water is better, yada, yada, yada. Well, I pretty much personally thought that alkaline water was the best water. I knew that it would have negative impacts on your digestive process. So you would have heard me say on the show before that if you're going to drink alkaline water, you should not drink it just before, during, or right after a meal, because it's going to neutralize the acid in your stomach, which is bad for digestion, which is not a good idea. And I've also heard Doc Wallach, in all honesty, who whose protocols we were trained under in the Institute of Holistic Health to become health coaches, he's also not a big fan of alkaline water. Pretty much for the same reason. It's the fact that it can neutralize the acids in the stomach, and interfere with the digestive process. So he honestly is not a fan. But I pretty much believed that once you don't drink alkaline water around mealtime, that it could benefit the body. I mean, for sure, alkaline water will help you to lose weight. But when I heard this clip from Pharmacist Ben, I was like, okay, I learned something today. I was today old when I found out that maybe, just maybe, alkaline water is not the best water available. And according to Ben Fuchs, here's why.
Alkaline water has a high pH. And I'll tell you what alkaline means here in a moment. Alkaline water has a certain pH. Alkaline is the opposite of acid. Your stomach is acidic. When you drink the water, what's going to happen when the acid hits the alkaline? It's going to neutralize it. It's not going to be alkaline anymore. So immediately, just logic, if you understand how the body works, will tell you that alkaline water is just BS. It's silly. So it is true you want your blood to be alkaline, but the way your blood stays alkaline, it's supposed to stay alkaline, is with oxygen. Oxygen and inhalation, inhaling oxygen is the body's main mechanism for raising the blood pH. Real quickly, just because we're talking about alkaline and acid, alkaline and acid are measured by something called pH. The pH scale is a scale that goes from 0 to 14, where 0 is very acid, 14 is very alkaline. Alkaline substances have extra electricity. Acid substances steal electricity. Sometimes you want electricity to be stolen in order to make things happen. Sometimes you want extra electricity. So sometimes you want things acid, sometimes you want things alkaline. In general, you want the blood to be slightly alkaline, so it has a little bit extra electrical energy, a little bit extra electrons, they say. So people who know a little bit, and a little bit of knowledge is a dangerous thing, and have heard that, alkaline is good, may gravitate towards alkaline water, and then there's marketers who will take advantage of all that, and they'll sell you alkaline water. But just logic will tell you, once you drink the water, it's not going to be alkaline anymore. It's acid in the stomach. So alkaline water is BS.
Ouch. Ouch. He mashed my corn. Wow. Okay, so here's the thing. We know that disease can't exist in an alkaline environment. And so people like me have been drinking alkaline water with the view of trying to get the blood more alkaline, so that, for that reason, many disease cannot exist in an alkaline environment. But what he says makes a lot of sense. So from what I understand, he is saying is that, yes, you want to try to get your blood more alkaline, but the way to do that is to get more oxygen in the blood. And how do you get more oxygen in the blood? Deep breathing. Slow, deep breathing. You breathe in slowly, taking as much oxygen as you can, and you breathe out. You breathe in slowly, taking as much oxygen as you can, and you breathe out. That your goal is to get your blood more alkaline for sure. But apparently, drinking alkaline water is not the best way to do that. So, like Danielle Bradshaw, my response was, wow. Already you've learned something that you may not have known before. Trust me, there's more to come that you're going to learn about water and the different types of water, and more importantly, the different state of water and what state water needs to be in for your optimal health. If you haven't already done so, like and share this show, because trust me, you're going to learn a lot on this show today, that water ain't just water. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 hyperimmune egg powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, tints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company on this Wellness Wednesday. The telephone numbers to call, 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line is 8010271, 8010271, and you can call or text us there. Streaming live on Facebook on the official Michelle Malcolm and Global 99.5 FM pages. Also streaming live on the official YouTube channels of us both. And you can catch us on Cable Bahamas channel 974. So let me look at a couple of your comments before we go forward. Marissa says, cardio or aerobic activity, moving increases the oxygen in the blood. Well, I think a part of that, Marissa, is because you are breathing more and harder usually when you're doing cardio or aerobic activities. So I would think that that would increase the amount of oxygen because of the breathing that takes place when you're going through that exercise. Rose says, alkaline is all right. Drink water is water, man. All is the same. Well, Rose, you better keep listening because you can be surprised with what you learn. She says, all is the same. They're just trying to outdo the next one. You can't eat this and can't eat that. I tell you, if you listen to everything that is said out there, I wouldn't eat or drink anything. Rose, keep listening. You're going to learn a lot today because water is not just water. And you will understand why by the end of this show. What you do with the information, again, it's up to you. That's up to you. So there are 4 types of water. Alkaline water is one. Tap water, filtered water, and spring water are the other 3. Well, actually, there's more than 4 because you've got alkaline, you've got tap, you've got filtered, you've got spring, you've got reverse osmosis, and you have, so that's 5. And filtered, yes. So what about tap water, filtered water, and spring water? How good are they for the body? Once again, here is Pharmacist Ben Fuchs with some knowledge for you on that.
Tap water is one of the worst things you could put in your body for the most part. Now, there's some cities that are better than others. Some cities get their tap water from glacier water. It's a little bit better. Big cities, municipal water in big cities, especially older cities back east, are really problematic. The chemicals they put in tap water react with toxins to create even more toxic substances. When they filter out, when they purify water, or they clean the water at the purifying plants, they only purify and search for several hundred different contaminants, but there's thousands of different contaminants in water. Tap water is a mess, and it's best avoided if possible. Filtered water, a little bit better, but you just don't know because different companies have different filters and different specifications. Plus, you don't know when your filter is starting to lose filtering capacity. So you don't know when you're when the filter is becoming weaker and things can start to leak through. They don't all come through all at once. They'll come through gradually as the filter gets deteriorated or breaks down. So that's not really a great choice either, although it's definitely better than tap water. Spring water is water that comes from springs, obviously. Spring water, if you get it right from the spring, is probably pretty darn good water because spring water contains minerals, broken down minerals, electrolyte minerals. I'll tell you what electrolytes are in a second. Electrolyte minerals that can create a certain structure to the water. We'll talk about structured water in a second also. It give the water a certain structure and electrical energy. It's always a good idea to vortex your water if you're drinking water like when you're making your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. It's always a good idea, or smoothies. It's always a good idea to vortex water because when you vortex it, spin water, you generate electrical charges. You electrify the water. Spring water is naturally electrified because it has natural vortices in it. So spring water is good theoretically. Problem is when you drink bottled spring water, a lot of times companies will take the water from the spring and then they'll put chlorine in it, or they'll put preservatives or detoxifying elements or decontaminating chemicals in the water. So it may be derived from spring water, but you don't know what's in the water by the time you drink it. Not only that, but not all springs are from water tables that are clean. So if you're drinking from spring water that's from a water table in New Jersey and or in Texas or places where the water table is contaminated, you may be getting contaminants in that spring water. So theoretically, spring water would be good if you're drinking it right from the spring, but if it's bottled spring water, it could be a problem.
Okay, so again, that makes sense. And especially, Rose, I want to come back to your comment about water is water. Haven't you ever heard of waterborne diseases? Because people are drinking contaminated water. It looks good. It looks the same as, any other water, but yet there are things in that water that make people sick. Contaminated water causes waterborne diseases. So you can't say water is water. That's not a wise thing to say, right? And what he's saying makes a lot of sense because spring water, yeah, but where's the spring coming from? what is the quality of the water from that particular spring based on where the spring is located. Another challenge with the bottled water is the type of plastic or the type of bottle that the water is in, because studies have shown that many people have plastics floating around in their blood or other chemicals that have leached into the water from the plastic containers, especially if it's been sitting out in the sun. I really cringe when I'm driving behind those trucks from these different water companies, and they've got the bottles of water sitting out in the back of the truck, the sun beating down on those bottles of water. The bottles aren't BP free. So in other words, chemicals are leaching into that water from the plastic. So again, that's not the best thing for you, because that plastic, well, I don't have to tell you this, but your body is not designed to have plastic running around through it. So some companies locally say they have bottles that are BP free. And those are ideally the type of bottles that you want, but most of the water companies here do not have those bottles. They just have the regular bottled water bottles that they use. And once those bottles get exposed to sunlight, then that stuff that's in the bottle starts leaching into the water. So even though you can't see it with your physical eyes, doesn't mean it's not there. And if it's there and it gets into your system, yeah, it don't take a genius to figure out that that's not the best thing for you. So whereas spring water is better than tap water or filtered water, it depends on where the spring is located and the quality of the water from that water table. Because you could be drinking spring water, but the water table from that spring is contaminated and you still run into a problem. Marissa says, I wanted to clarify how to deep breathe. Okay, got it. She was mentioning earlier about exercise, movement, so that will cause you to breathe deeper than just, regular. So Rose says, listen, you go to the store to buy the water, the label is saying spring water. How do you know it's for real? It could be fake. Well, Rose, the alkaline water you're drinking could be fake. Everything could be fake. You have to trust the source of where the water is coming from. Obviously, there are some companies that are more reputable than others. So, I would lean towards the company that is reputable for the quality of its product. So if you see, a name you ain't too familiar with, never heard of, I would be a little suspect, as opposed to a company that has proven itself to be reputable. Rose is asking, so you should not drink water that's in a plastic bottle. Again, it depends on the type of bottle. If it doesn't say BP free, there's a strong chance that plastics are leaching into that water and getting into your system. Okay? So you should be very aware of that. Now, we've covered alkaline water. We've covered tap water. We've covered filtered water. We've covered spring water. What about reverse osmosis and filtered water? I thought that reverse osmosis was not great because whereas it's more pure in terms of not having, certain contaminants or whatever, it doesn't have any minerals in it. And I thought that would make it not as desirable as, say, filtered water that has minerals. But according to what Pharmacist Ben had to say, reverse osmosis is a better choice. And here's why.
So then there's the next two forms of water that are probably the two most important and two best forms of water. One is reverse osmosis water, RO water, they call it. And reverse osmosis water will sometimes be called purified water. You have to look on the label and see how the water was purified. Usually they'll say purified by reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is a very clean form of water. It's water that's been driven through a very small filter that will pull out all the contaminants and the bacteria and the viruses, et cetera. My favorite kind of water, however, is distilled water. It's the cleanest water. It's the kind of water we use in the pharmacy. It's the kind of water I use in my skincare products. It's the cleanest water that you could find. Some people will tell you that it's dead water. That is, and in a way they're right, because it doesn't contain anything. It doesn't contain any nutrients. It doesn't contain any minerals. It doesn't contain any electrolytes. The fact that it doesn't contain minerals and electrolytes is not necessarily a bad thing. You can always add your electrolytes, and you can always add minerals to your water, which is a good idea to do anyway. But the fact that it doesn't have electrolytes makes it hungry water. That is, it will act to pull out minerals that are trapped in tissues. It has a cleansing effect. Because it doesn't have any minerals in it, it will pull out minerals. And there's a principle in pharmacy that says that things go from areas of high concentration to areas of low concentration. So if you don't have any minerals in your water, but you do have minerals in the tissues, loose minerals, such as calcium. Calcification of tissues is a really big problem. In fact, calcification of the heart and the blood vessels is one of the ways that we die. Calcification of all the soft tissues is one of the leading causes of death. Distilled water will clean out that calcification. It actually has a chelating-like effect on calcium deposits. And also, distilled water can help dilute stones, oxalate stones, calcium stones that can be problematic when it comes to kidney stones or when it comes to gout, for example. So distilled water has a tendency to pull minerals out of tissues that are loose. It won't pull minerals out of your bones. That's something that sometimes you'll hear people say that it will pull minerals out of your bones. That doesn't happen. That's not a thing. It will pull out loose minerals that are stuck in tissues. And that does happen as we get older. Our tissues start to get hard, they calcify, and distilled water can have a chelating effect on minerals that are floating around in the blood or deposited in soft tissues. So I'm going with distilled water. That's my favorite kind of water to drink. You do need to make sure that you're getting your electrolytes. Drinking water is not a great place to get your electrolytes anyway, unless you're drinking vegetable water, and that's something I'll talk about here in a second. So you got the two best forms of water are reverse osmosis water and distilled water by far.
Okay, so Marissa, that answers your question because I see Marissa commented asking, what about distilled water? So Pharmacist Ben just answered your question. So according to what he is saying, reverse osmosis and distilled are the best two types of water that you should be drinking. Now, Rose says, Michelle, you said you were drinking alkaline water too. You trust them now. The doctor is saying it's not good for you. That's my point. Well, my point is this. There was a time when people believed that white bread was good for you. There was a time when people believed that the earth was flat. Knowledge is knowledge. And the thing is, when you get the knowledge, you either accept it or you move on and not accept it. So, I push alkaline water. That's what I've been drinking. Okay. And I knew enough that it would hinder your digestive process. So I remember saying multiple times on the show, do not drink it just before, during, or right after a meal. Give your food some time to digest before you drink more alkaline water. You have heard me say that. Okay. But now I know that whereas it's not necessarily bad, it's not as good as I thought it was, because like Pharmacist Ben just said, by the time it gets out of your stomach, it's no longer alkaline. Does it have benefits? I believe it does. I believe alkaline water has some benefits. But this show today is to give you more information about what may be a better form of water, okay, a better type of water. And more importantly, what may be, well, you're going to learn a lot about structure of water, which I didn't even know there was such a thing before my research for this show today. So I don't believe in rejecting information because it goes against something that I may have previously thought. I don't believe in rejecting new information. This is why I started the show today talking about with Pharmacist Ben, talking about PQ, physical intelligence, because I don't set myself out on the show to be an expert in all things as it relates to your body and health and healing. No, I am on a learning journey like all of us are. Even the greatest scientists and the great doctors out there, we're all on a learning journey. I am not ashamed to admit when I have learned something new. You know, we are all on a learning journey. How many times has a doctor said to you, well, we really don't know what's wrong. We really don't know what to tell you. We have to keep looking. We have to keep searching. We're all on a learning journey. So I'm not, once I come across the information, I felt it was my duty to share it with you, because my goal is for us all to be healthier using holistic means. And so if that means that alkaline water isn't necessarily the best water for you, then I'm going to share that with you. What you do with that information is up to you. I said you guys are drinking alkaline water. I'm just sharing the information as I receive it, as I learn it. Okay? So if you decide to continue to drink alkaline water, I ain't hating on you. I'm not hating on you, because I, as you know, have been a proponent of that for a very long time. I don't believe if you drink alkaline water correctly, it will damage your body. Obviously, if you're drinking it with food, etc., it's going to hinder your digestive process, which is not good. And you've heard me say that on this show again and again and again. But if what Pharmacist Ben is saying is true, and it makes sense, by the time that leaves your body, your stomach, it is no longer alkaline because of the acidity of the stomach. So is it doing as much good as we want it to be doing? And if the goal is to get your blood levels more alkaline, which is the goal, then I thought that it was good to learn a more efficient way of getting your blood levels alkaline. And that's why I'm sharing the information today. Now, again, what you do with it, that's up to you. Okay? I'm not saying don't drink alkaline water. That's totally up to you, because it has some benefits. I ain't gonna lie. You're trying to lose weight, the alkaline water can help you lose weight. For sure. It does have its benefits. But I'm just saying, if you're trying to get your blood more alkaline, then maybe the alkaline water is not the best way to do that. And as we're learning from Pharmacist Ben, the best way to do that is through breathing, to get in more oxygen into the lungs so that it can then be distributed throughout the blood. So that's all I'm saying today, Rose. I ain't knocking you for, if you want to continue to drink the alkaline, continue. Just don't do it with meals, because then you will be causing another problem by hindering the digestive process, the process of digestion. And that is not a good idea. Your stomach should be a bag of acid that is so acidic, like Dr. Peter Glidden would say, you should be able to swallow your finger and it'll digest it down to the bone. That's how acidic your stomach should be. And clearly, if you're drinking alkaline water, that will lessen the acidity of your stomach, which is not a good idea for digestion. Okay? So I'm not telling you to stop drinking the alkaline water. I'm just saying that I have learned a lot through my research for this show, that there may be a more efficient way to get the blood alkaline than just drinking alkaline water. That's what I'm saying here. Okay? Stephanie says, so alkaline water is great for fasting. Again, yeah, if you're not taking it with food, I do believe it has some benefits, as long as you're not trying to digest something. And if you're fasting to lose weight, I'm telling you, alkaline water will help you to lose weight. Rose says, great show, Michelle. I listen to you every day, but trust me, 3 years from now, they will tell you water he's describing now is good, not good for you. I just going to do what I think is best. Well, like I said, do you. I'm not going to, if you want to continue drinking alcohol. I've been drinking alkaline water for years. Now, I know that every now and again I would switch it up a bit and get like a week or two of distilled water and then go back to the alkaline. But if you want to keep drinking it, that's on you. Just, like I said, make sure you're doing it the right way so you don't hurt yourself when it comes to digestion. But if you're drinking alkaline water to try to get the blood more alkaline, then basically, according to what Pharmacist Ben is saying, that's a waste of time. And based on his logic, it makes sense, because by the time that water leaves your stomach, it is no longer alkaline. It is more acidic because it would have passed through such an acidic environment. So again, what you do with that information is totally up to you. I was just really like, wow. And as you all know, I push alkaline water. So yeah, according to Pharmacist Ben, your best options are reverse osmosis, that you can then put some minerals into if you wish, or filtered or distilled water. He thinks that distilled water is the best out there. But again, you need to know the source of who your water is coming from. Because, a lot of people just pop up and say they have water company. And you don't know the source of that water. You don't know the process that the water went through. You don't know how good it is, etc. So you want to do your research to make sure that whoever you're getting your water from, they are reputable and that their product is a high quality product. Now, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, you're going to hear some information that I guarantee you have not heard before about structured water. Like what? Like Rose said, water is water. Not so fast, Rose. Not so fast. We're going to learn about structured water and what that is as it relates to your health. You're going to be surprised at what you learn on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Your body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Longevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Longevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs, but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting, sugar-free, berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support. Zinc plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blasted love.
It's gotten harder and harder to get your daily requirement of vital nutrients from food alone. Without additional vitamin and nutrient support, your health and well-being can suffer drastically. That's why Z-Radical was specifically formulated. It combines a blend of antioxidant-rich vitamins, minerals, and botanicals with the protective powers of fucoidan to help fill the gaps from lack of nutrients in your foods. The core of Z-Radical is fucoidan, a naturally occurring polysaccharide that helps stimulate immune reaction, protecting you against inflammation and oxidative stress. We harvest this powerful mineral-rich nutrient from brown seaweed, harvested only from the world's most pristine ocean waters to ensure the purest quality. It's then extracted using cold process technology to ensure maximum levels of bioavailability. Then we add essential vitamins that help to protect your cardiovascular and nervous systems and are crucial for optimal immune and neurological function. Z-Radical also includes a proprietary blend of delicious antioxidant-rich fruits and berries. This great-tasting combination helps your body combat free radical imbalances that can contribute to a variety of degenerative conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Z-Radical. Experience the power of fucoidan with antioxidant-rich berries, 8 essential vitamins, and more to provide you with potent health benefits. To learn more, contact your longevity associate.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on this Wellness Wednesday. I'm your host, Michelle Malcolm. If you want to tune in, well, not tune in because you're already tuned in. If you want to chime in, the telephone numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, and the WhatsApp number 801-0271, 801-0271. That's for both calls and texts. And you can also check us out on Facebook on the official Global 99.5 FM and Michelle Malcolm Facebook pages, where you can like and share the show. We're also streaming live to YouTube on our official channels, and you can catch us on Cable Bahamas, Channel 974. This is a Wellness Wednesday. And we're looking at a topic that is of importance to your health. And today we're looking at water. And like I said at the top of the show, that sounds like a very dull topic. Like, please. But don't be so quick to dismiss today's show. Like and share this show. Let everybody know that they need to tune in for the knowledge they're going to receive on this show. We're going to improve everybody's PQ. And at the top of the show, in case you tuned in late, Pharmacist Ben Fuchs explained what PQ is, your physical knowledge about your body and how it works, and how water, the right type of water, affects your overall health. Very, very important. Now, most people like Rose would say, Michelle, give me a break. Water is water is water. Well, not so fast. There are different types of water. We would have just learned in the first half of the show that you've got, these different types of water. You've got alkaline water. You've got tap water, filtered water, spring water, reverse osmosis, and finally filtered or distilled water. And according to Pharmacist Ben, his recommendation is the best water is distilled water, filtered or distilled water, or reverse osmosis if you can't get your hands on a good filter or a company that you trust to provide filtered water, then reverse osmosis is the second best option. And you can always add whatever minerals you want to in that water yourself, to make sure that, it is mineralized if that's what you choose to do. But he also talked about the structure of water and why that is important. Now, when he said the structure of water, I'm like, what? H2O, that's what you're talking about? No, that's not what he means. The structure of water is very, very, very important. And in this clip, he's going to explain what is structured water.
Water, believe it or not, is very weird stuff. We tend to take for granted water because we all obviously hear about our bodies are 70% water, the earth is 70% water, but it's still very weird. For example, do you know water is the only substance that floats as it gets denser? Most substances, when they get denser, will sink. Water, when it gets denser, floats. Water is very difficult to compress. Water compression is, you can't really squeeze water. You can't really compress water. And as water is under higher pressure, it actually becomes less sticky. Usually things, when they become, when you press them, they'll become more sticky, more viscous. Water becomes less viscous as it becomes compressed, as it undergoes high pressure. Water has got some really weird things associated with it. One of the weirdest things about water is water can form structures. There's two major kinds of water. In fact, you guys probably remember from high school, there's three states of water. You got the gaseous state of water, that's called steam. You've got the liquid state of water, that's called liquid. And then you've got the solid state of water, which is called ice. And those are the three states of water. But as it turns out, there's a fourth state of water, and that is a form of water that is a cross between a liquid and a solid. It's a gel. It's said to be structured water. And this is the kind of water that our cells contain. And this is the kind of water that most of our body is made up of. Our body is made up of liquid water or disorganized water. Technically, they call that bulk water, and structured water. And most of the water in our body is structured. Structured water has very, very interesting properties that bulk water or disorganized or chaotic water, ordinary water, doesn't have. For example, structured water conducts electrical energy very effectively. Structured water also has an information processing ability. Structured water is actually crystalline, and it's technically said to be a liquid crystal. Just like an LCD, a liquid crystal display in your calculator or on your television set, liquid crystals are information processors. So structured water has information and electrical properties that ordinary water doesn't have, and most of the water in our body is structured. One of the most important strategies for anti-aging or staying healthy is to improve water structuring. As we age, not only our bodies become less structured, but our water becomes less structured. We blobify as we age. We lose our structure. And this is one of the distinguishing characteristics of an old person as opposed to a young person. And this is one of the things that we hate about the aging process. People spend billions of dollars on skincare procedures to create more structure in their skin and in their appearance to counteract some of this blobbing that occurs. The blobbing that occurs is at least partially the result of a disorganization of the structured water. So learning how to structure water, figuring out how we can structure water inside the body has wonderful and very important anti-aging and health promoting properties.
Who knew? Who knew? I certainly didn't. I mean, yeah, we all see what happens as you get older, right? The skin isn't as tight. It doesn't spring back as easily as it does when you're younger. Things start to, like you described it, as blob, especially if you're not exercising the body. If you have a sedentary lifestyle, if you're just sitting around, not doing much in terms by way of exercise or resistance or, anything like that, then things start to sag, things start to blob, as he put it. and the structure is obviously not there. And no matter how good you do, and listen, I've come across some videos of some women, oh my God, in their 70s, looking not a day older than 35. But that doesn't happen by osmosis. They're actually working towards that. So they work out, they eat well, etc. And that keeps, I suppose, the structure of the water within their body intact, because their bodies, their faces, they look 35 years old, and some of them more than twice that age. And this is without surgery. This is without any other kind of intervention except eating well, exercising, getting sufficient rest, etc. So there is a way to structure water. If the structured water is the key to things like reversing aging, not just elimination of disease, but for those of you out there who want to regain a more youthful look without having to have some kind of surgery or something, the key to that, or a major component of that, is restructuring or structuring the water. And there's a way to do that, apparently. There is a way to do that. So here once again is Pharmacist Ben Fuchs talking about how to structure water.
Water is structured by the action of proteins and electrolytes, minerals. The combination of electrolytes and various proteins that are floating around in the blood and structural proteins structures the water. So, for example, collagen has a structuring effect on water, and the water that surrounds collagen is structured. The water that's further away from collagen is less structured or unstructured. Water that that has electrolytes in it has a structure. Water that doesn't have electrolytes in it is not structured. It has less structure. That's one of the reasons why it's important to make sure that you're getting electrolytes. Electrolyte deficiencies will cause water to become disorganized. Spinning water in a vortex, we talked earlier about how vortices in spring water make that spring water more energetic. Well, those vortices in spring water also structure the water. So anytime you spin water vortex, you're increasing the electrical energy in that water, and you're creating structure in that water. One of the all-time great ways to improve structured water in the body is to make sure that you get sunshine. The sun has a structuring effect on the liquid parts of our body, on the water parts of our body. And this is one of the most important benefits of making sure you get regular sun exposure. Very fascinatingly, there's an element in the body that is probably the most important element. I'm saying element, a lot of people think of it as minerals, but I call them elements. There's an element in the body that is incredibly vital for the structuring process. In fact, this element is stored in the skin, and it's this element that absorbs the energy from the sun and converts that energy into electricity that is then used to structure water. It's the element sulfur, or the electrolyte sulfate. Sulfate is sulfur plus oxygen, and sulfate is technically an electrolyte because it dissolves in water. Electrolytes are minerals that dissolve in water. And when a mineral dissolves, or an element, I should say, dissolves in water, it electrifies everything. The element becomes electrified and the water becomes electrified. And this is one of the major benefits of water. Water electrifies non-electrical substances. So if you just have a sulfate powder sitting on your table, there's no electrical energy. There's no significant electrical energy in that sulfate. But if you put water in it, the sulfate dissolves in water, and all of a sudden you have electrical charges. Likewise with potassium, likewise with sodium, likewise with chloride, likewise with all of these plant-derived molecules that are in the beyond tangy tangerine or in fruits and vegetables that we call electrolytes. Electrolytes are minerals or elements that dissolve in water.
All right. So now we know how you structure your water. And now we know why structured water is so important to the body. So you would have just heard him talk about the electrolytes, um, which is the result of um, minerals or elements, as he would say, as he put it, dissolving in the water. And obviously, one of the best ways that we recommend to do that is with you heard him talk about Beyond Tangy Tangerine. That is the multivitamin and mineral complex that is produced by Longevity. And I have to tell you, it's one of the best I've ever experienced. It's all plant derived. And yeah, Dale, this is some serious information. Dale says, wow, so informative. You all ain't hear nothing yet. It is plant derived nutrition. You all often hear me talk about minerals in their raw state not being very good for you. You can't absorb it. Whereas with the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, this is all plant derived. So it's able to be absorbed. So you're talking about making sure that your body is able to benefit from it because it is able to absorb the minerals that are in water that has tangy tangerine in it, Beyond Tangy Tangerine in it. So this is what you do to help structure your water. Collagen. Doc Wallach has been talking about collagen for decades, and ain't nobody was on his run. Now, all of a sudden, everybody in their mom pushing collagen. Collagen is now sexy. Man, look here. Doc Wallach has been talking about collagen for decades. So collagen is one of those things that, and boy, listen, again, Longevity has some really good collagen products. And boy, look here. I ain't gonna lie. I've been on some of it, right? Oh man, it's so good. So good. Collagen does so many things for your body. Collagen is what helps to keep the structure. Collagen, and there are, I think, 5 different types of collagen. Collagen is good for the skin, the nails, the joints, the bone, the hair, different types of collagen, 5 different types. But collagen, everybody now is talking about collagen peptides. Man, look here. Doc Waller been talking about that for decades. Your body needs collagen. As you get older, you lose. So you need to, put some collagen back into your body. And the types of collagen, like some collagen is good for the cartilage in the knees, or, some collagen, like I said, is good for the skin, some is good for the hair. The type of collagen that you get depends on what it will impact most. Well, we have this amazing product called collagen peptides that has all 5 of the different types of collagen in it. And then we have some that are more specific. So if you're only interested in improving your hair, skin, and nails, we have a collagen peptide specifically formulated for that. There's another one for bone and joint health, specifically formulated for that. Or you can get the general one that has all 5 in it. But you will know when your body has sufficient collagen, because things that were sagging start to lift up again. Your skin becomes more elastic. It pops back. I don't know if I'm using the right terminology, but it's not. It becomes more elastic. Things that started to go south start to go north again when you get some good quality collagen in your body. And now we know why, because collagen helps to structure the water, and the structure is what helps your body to go north instead of, gravity naturally pulls it south. So collagen is also very, very important in structuring water. But sunlight, who knew that just getting more sun? And what's so weird? We got all this sunshine around us here in the Bahamas, and most of us try to stay out the sun. Now, I ain't saying you must lay out there long enough till you get sunburned. No, that's foolish. But sunlight can help to structure the water through the skin. Who knew? Who knew? So, yeah, it's important that you get sufficient sun. And I have been guilty of not getting enough, I'm sure, because I try to stay out the sun because it gets so hot. But boy, I got to spend more time outdoors to try to get more sun. It helps to structure the water. Marissa says we start losing collagen in our 30s. It's not too early to start. It's not too late to start, Jiminy. Yeah, you can start at whatever age you are. To especially as you get older, just to start taking collagen products. But again, make sure it's a good quality collagen product that you're taking, and know the type that you're taking. If you are looking for something specifically for bone and joint health, then you wanna go with a product that is formulated just for that. Or you just may be interested in just strengthening your nails or making your skin look better, or having your hair grow stronger and longer. Then you would get a specific collagen formula for that. But like I said, longevity, we offer 3 different types of collagen products, actually more. We have one that's general that has all 5 types of collagen in it. We have one specifically for the bone and joints, joint health. And we have one for the hair, nails, and skin. And I have to tell you, at one point I was starting to feel in my knees, a little discomfort in my knees, especially like having to climb up 3 flights of stairs to get here to the studio. But once I'm on collagen, and the one that I was using was bone and joint support, that discomfort went away. So it will definitely help you to regenerate things like cartilage in the body, etc. So yeah, collagen helps to structure the water. Marissa says, I mean, we don't have to wait until we're older to start 30s. Good. Yeah, right. Exactly. Collagen helps to structure the water. Electrolytes help to structure the water. Sunlight. Who knew that getting sufficient sunlight could help to structure the water in your body? I told y'all were going to learn some stuff today that you didn't know. Because this was all news to me. I was like, wow, who knew? So yeah, structured water is very important. And Rose, I hope by now you realize that water is not just water. Not all water is created equal. Structured water is very, very important. Now, is it possible to get too much water? Yes, it is. Because they will tell you, some people say, oh, you should drink 8 glasses of water, 8 ounce glasses of water. Some people say you should drink half your body weight in water in ounces. The thing is, there are many different ways to get water into your system. And it is possible to drink too much water. And if you drink too much water, that too could be dangerous. It's very bad not to drink sufficient water. A lot of people are walking around here dehydrated and not even realizing the damage that's doing to the body. But equally as dangerous is when you drink too much water, or you're getting too much water in your system, because then you start to dilute the nutrients that your body needs. And this is not a good idea. So here once again is Pharmacist Ben Fuchs about the quantities of water you should be drinking.
About 35 years ago, I had a friend who was a doctor, and he told me that he was going to stop being a doctor. He was a surgeon, plastic surgeon. And he said, I'm going to get out of the doctor business. I am going to start selling water. And I said, that's the craziest thing I ever heard of. What are you going to be selling water? Who's going to buy water? This was 35 years ago. Well, sure enough, now everybody's drinking water. And Dr. Stormo, that was his name, was turned out to be a very smart guy. And he retired and became a multi-gazillionaire selling water. And the reason we can sell water now is because everybody's drinking water. Everybody knows about water. There's other reasons too. Water is becoming a very important commodity. It's becoming scarcer and scarcer. So water is becoming valuable and people are drinking water. However, what you have to recognize is the more water you're drinking, the more you're diluting your nutrients, and specifically your electrolytes and your water-soluble nutrients. Not only diluting them, but you're also excreting them, because the more water you drink, the more you go to the bathroom. The more water you drink, the more vitamin C you urinate out, the more B complex you urinate out, the more potassium you urinate out, the more calcium you urinate out. Now, there are some regulatory mechanisms at the level of the kidneys that will control the amount of electrolytes that are released, because electrolytes are so darn important. Nonetheless, you're still running risks of decreasing your electrolytes and decreasing your water-soluble vitamins when you're drinking water, which is why you want to be drinking beyond tangy tangerine water at least some of the time. If you're drinking water, half a gallon of water a day, or anywhere from a quarter gallon to half a gallon of water a day is a good place to be. If you're drinking half a gallon of water a day, make sure some of that water is beyond tangy tangerine water. Make sure you're getting some of your liquids from vegetable juices as well. Fruit juices are a problem. You want to be very careful about sugar, because sugar, believe it or not, has a dehydrating effect. So if you're trying to get water from fruit juice or from soda, you may be going defeating the purpose of drinking the water or drinking the liquid, because the sugar in the soda or the sugar in the fruit juice has a dehydrating effect. And also liquids that have caffeine can have a dehydrating effect, because caffeine acts like a diuretic.
Okay, so you definitely want to make sure you're drinking enough water. If you're not, then your blood sort of becomes like a sludge, and it's harder for it to do its job in terms of getting nutrients and oxygen to the various organs. So you want to make sure you're drinking enough water. I come across people all the time who say, I don't drink water. I only just drink. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And you wondering why you got so many different illnesses you're dealing with? You got to drink water. You have to drink more water. But you don't want to drink too much water to the degree where you are diluting the nutrients, urinating them all out, and then it's counterproductive. So not enough water is bad because it makes your blood very sludgy. I know that's not a scientific term, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Not insufficient water is a bad idea. But you don't want to overdo it, in other words. You don't want to overdo it, because that's equally as bad. Okay. We're going to take a break. On the other side of the break, you heard him talk about vegetable juice. If you're going to juice, vegetable juice is good. Now, make sure it's organic. So we're going to talk about vegetable juice, and then he's going to talk about some of the myths and benefits of water. And there's more to come. So stay with us. We're talking about the all-important H2O today. And hopefully you've already learned a lot, and there's more to come. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
At Lee Air, safety is our #1 priority. Flying since 1996, we offer scheduled flights into Fresh Creek and Mangrove Key Andros and Great Harbor Key, Berry Island, twice daily, 7 days a week. Affordable charter services are also available to anywhere in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Lee Air Charter Services. Call 225-3267, 702-7127, or 322-1317 for reservations.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your longevity associate.
For all your building needs, it's Carib Construction and Project Management on Gladstone Road. We build it all: schools, homes, hotels, and more, including structures requiring a Phase 3 electrical contractor. We also provide project management services. The first step towards your dream building begins at Carib Construction and Project Management. Call us at 376-1556 or 341-4466.
One of the things I love about the mailboat is their relationship with Bahamas Air. I can earn travel points on my international freight and redeem them when I fly.
For me, online shopping is easy with mailboat US addresses and regular freight delivery to Nassau. Plus, I can always prepay customs and freight, and they always notify me when my package arrives.
Yeah, a lot of people think the mailboat is just for shipping, but they also offer a safe and secure storage facility at affordable rates, all in a central, convenient location.
We also offer passenger service into Freeport multiple times per week with a seating capacity of over 450 persons. With family movies on large screens, one hot meal included, and on-board lounge for snacks and soft drinks. We're the mailboat. We're bridging people, products, and places.
Executive Printers is your one-stop shop for all your branding and customization needs. Letterheads, envelopes, business cards, invoices, share and gift certificates, rubber stamps, vouchers, funeral programs, brochures, flyers, banners, and promotional items like mugs, water bottles, mouse pads, and key rings, all with personable service and great quality. No project is too small or too large. For great turnaround and competitive pricing, make an executive decision. Call us at 393-5011.
And we are back. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm in your company on this Wellness Wednesday. We're talking water. And no, it's not what you think. You're going to learn a lot if you tune in. If you haven't already done so, like and share the show. We are streaming live on Facebook on the official Global 99.5 FM and Michelle Malcolm pages. Also streaming live on our YouTube channels. The telephone numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, or 8010271, which is our WhatsApp line, 8010271. And you can also catch us on Cable Bahamas Channel 974. So Rose says, Michelle, there we go again. All my life, doctors say you should drink at least 8 glasses of water per day. Water is good for your body. So now 8 glasses is too much. I'm confused. How much is too much? I try to drink 8 glasses every day. Okay, Rose, if you listen carefully, at the end of that last clip, he did say about half a gallon of water per day. Half a gallon of water is 8 ounce glasses of water a day. Okay? And he's saying that you should be drinking about half a gallon a day. Now, it depends on your body weight. If you're a little 3-year-old kid, 8 ounces of glasses of water a day is too much. They have much smaller bodies. But for an adult, 8 ounces of water 8-ounce glasses of water is about half a gallon of water per day. And that's what he said that he recommends. Now, if you weigh 600 pounds, then you may need to drink more water than that. So it really depends on your body weight as well. But generally speaking, 8 ounces per day. But what he's trying to say and explain is that water is not the only source that you can get water from. I hope you understand what I just said. Another great source of getting water is vegetable juice. Vegetable juice is a great source of getting your water. Here's what he had to say with regard to vegetable juice.
I absolutely love vegetable juices, and I do vegetable juices every day, but not the kind of vegetable juices that you get like V8 or vegetable juices or canned vegetable juices that you get at the supermarket. Fresh vegetable juices. Fresh vegetable juices not only contain all the nutrients in a very easy to absorb form that are in the vegetables, the vitamins and the electrolytes, but it also has structured water. The water in vegetables as well as in fruits is structured. So when you're drinking veggie juices, you're drinking structured water. Now, over time, that structuring, the energy that is required to keep that water structured, that liquid structured, will dissipate. And that's why you can see sometimes if you make a fresh vegetable juice, you'll see that over time, the vegetable juice will separate out. And the heavy stuff and the colored stuff and the nutrients will sink to the bottom and the top will be kind of clear. That represents a loss of energy. So you want to make sure that you're drinking your vegetable juices fresh when you drink your vegetable juices.
All right. So that's one source that you can incorporate in those 8 ounces of water. 8-ounce glasses of water. In other words, if you threw on some vegetable juice in there, as you would have just described, not some stuff that you buy over the counter that's been sitting there for 3 weeks. No. Fresh vegetable juice, organic. So you're not getting all of the pesticides and herbicides and chemicals, etc. But if you're talking certified organic, then you can incorporate the vegetable juice and include that among the 8 ounces, the 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so all right. So we've learned a lot today so far, even more to come, because there are some myths and there are some benefits as it relates to water. There's some things that we have been taught for a long time. And Pharmacist Ben is going to debunk some of those myths. Just because you've been taught something for a very, very long time doesn't make it right. It just means that it's a long-standing myth. So he's going to tackle some of the myths and some of the benefits of ensuring that you are drinking sufficient water and the right types of water and the impact that is having on your body.
Couple things, a couple myths or a couple benefits that you can get from water. Water is a pain reliever. A lot of times we feel pain when our tissues are contracted and dehydrated. So you want to, if you have back pain or joint pain, drinking water can help with back pain or joint pain. You're not going to necessarily treat your dry skin by drinking more water. This is a myth that I hear, and I'm in the skincare business. You guys, most of you guys know that. You hear this all the time. Oh, you have dry skin? Drink more water. Not true. Nobody has ever had their dry skin improved by drinking more water unless they were completely dehydrated and they were in the desert somewhere and had water for days or weeks. Or days. You can't go weeks without water. But if they had water for 3 or 4 days, that's different. But for most of us, the dehydration or dry skin is not caused by a lack of water, but rather by a lack of structured trapped water. That is water that's trapped in underneath the surface of the skin by the skin barrier, water that's trapped by fats, specifically skin fats, ceramides, for example, or phospholipids that are in the skin trap water. And collagen has a water trapping and water structuring effect as well. So you're not going to take care of your dry skin by drinking more water. Not that drinking water is not important for the skin or for the rest of the body, but it's not a treatment for dry skin. Water is also very important for diluting blood sugar. Water is a diabetic's best friend, especially if you fall off the wagon and you eat a bunch of sugar, you go to a Christmas party or a birthday party, you end up eating a lot of sweets. Drink water, it will dilute your blood sugar. Also, first thing in the morning, most diabetics know if they're testing their blood sugar, they know that their blood sugar tends to be higher concentration first thing in the morning. So first thing in the morning, if you're diabetic, drink more water, you'll dilute your blood sugar. If you're not a diabetic and you drink cold water first thing in the morning, it will give you energy. Drinking water first thing in the morning dilutes your blood, so you get more circulation, especially to your brain. So you get more clarity first thing in the morning and more energy first thing in the morning because you improve circulation. In fact, drinking water is just a great way to improve blood circulation in general. More water means less blood clots for people who are prone to blood clots or who are on blood thinners. Drinking more water may allow you to decrease the amount of decrease your dosage of blood thinners. Drinking more water also will improve bowel movements. A lot of normal stool is water. If you're not drinking a lot of water, it becomes harder to have a bowel movement. So drinking more water has a detoxifying effect for the bowels. It also has a detoxifying effect for the kidneys. It helps clear out the kidneys. So drinking more water is detoxifying and improves bowel movements, it also improves digestive health. Some people say don't drink water with your meals. Bad advice. You do want to drink water with your meals, and you want to drink water before your meals. If you drink water before your meals, you'll find that you're eating less food. And drinking water is a great diet tool because it has a filling, satisfying effect. In fact, a lot of times when we feel like eating, we're really thirsty and we're looking for hydration. So drinking water before your meals will allow you to eat less food. Drinking water with your meals will help you digest your food, and it will also allow you to eat less food. You'll find that you're fuller faster.
Again, that does not apply to alkaline water. Okay? We've already explained why. The alkaline water will impact the acidic levels in the stomach, which is a problem for digestion. So, again, if you're going to be drinking alkaline water, it shouldn't be with meals. It's the same thing like when you drink carbonated beverages. We would have explained why you should not drink carbonated beverages with a meal, because the bubbles in the carbonated beverages, whether it's soda or seltzer water or champagne or beer, whatever it is, if it has bubbles, you don't want to drink it during with a meal because it's neutralizing the acid in your stomach. Those bubbles are actually carbon dioxide that are neutralizing the acid in your stomach. That's a bad idea. Your stomach is supposed to be highly acidic. So this is why what he just described does not apply to alkaline water. And I would have said that long before I would have heard what he had to say about water today. Alkaline water could definitely have a negative impact on your ability to digest your food properly. You may find that if you are drinking alkaline water when you're trying to have a meal, you may find that you may end up burping up some of that, what you're trying to digest. And that's because you are diluting the acids in your stomach. You're making them less effective. So when you're talking about things like acid reflux or heartburn, the first thing the doctor does is try to minimize the amount of acid in your stomach, whereas that's a sign that you have weak acid in your stomach. So one of the ways that you can weaken the acid in your stomach is by drinking alkaline water when you're trying to digest something, or drinking carbonated beverages with a meal. You're actually weakening the acids in your stomach, and your stomach is supposed to be highly acidic. So understand that water plays a very, very important role in digestion, just the right type of water. Okay? And here's Pharmacist Ben with more on that.
Water is an important part of the digestive process, but that water is supposed to come from fresh fruits and vegetables. The reason why water with meals is important is because many of us are eating foods that are dehydrated or cooked and have had their water content removed or evaporated out. So drinking water with your meals can help activate digestive juices and digestive enzymes. Some people say, oh, water dilutes digestive enzymes. Not true. The digestive enzymes in our stomach are designed to work best when they're hydrated. So water doesn't dilute your digestive enzymes, it actually activates your digestive enzymes. For heartburn, for dyspepsia and indigestion, water can dilute acids as well. So water can help you if you're dealing with heartburn.
Again, that doesn't apply to alkaline water. Okay? So if you're drinking alkaline water, do not drink it with a meal, because you are making it harder for your body to digest that food, because now you're neutralizing to some degree the acid in your stomach. And your stomach is supposed to be a bag of acid. That's its job. It has to be acidic to break down the foods, break down, whatever it is you're taking in. That's the role of the stomach. It's supposed to be very acidic. And when you're taking antacids or you're drinking alkaline water while you're trying to digest food, or you're drinking the bubbly stuff while you're trying to digest your food, you're making it harder for your body to do its job. You're making it harder for your stomach to do its job. So whereas water is an important part of the digestive process, not alkaline water. I cannot stress that enough. Final break, and then on the other side of the break, we're going to talk about where you can get some structured water. Again, this is something I learned so much through this show, and I hope you did as well. One more thing on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Global Paradigm Shift will return after this.
Blood sugar levels play a key role in your appetite, weight gain, and overall health. When you have a blood sugar spike, you can feel confused, dizzy, and even have increased cravings. Eating carbohydrates, sugary or fatty foods, and not exercising can all cause blood sugar spikes. But now you have help in managing blood sugar levels. Sweeties by Youngevity was designed to help support healthy blood sugar levels, so you can power through your day. It's a synergistic blend of minerals, herbs, and nutrients that have been proven to support healthy blood sugar levels. Sweeties includes chromium, an essential trace mineral that's known for its contribution to healthy blood sugar levels and improved metabolism of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Cinnamon bark has been included for its naturally occurring antioxidants and support of a healthy heart. And we've even added gymnema. It's been used in Ayurveda for centuries to help promote healthy blood sugar. All the ingredients in Sweeties work together to give the best support available for blood sugar control. Sweeties, the blood sugar support supplement from Youngevity that helps control cravings and manage blood sugar levels through your day. To learn more, contact your Youngevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for a rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blasted love.
As you age, factors like health, weight, diet, and lifestyle can all impact your bones, joints, and general mobility. Even everyday exercise can lead to wear and tear on your body. Over time, you might start to experience stiffness or pain due to damaged joints or connective tissue. Ultimate Glucogel by Youngevity was created to help you limit the effects of wear on your joints. It delivers a daily dose of collagen-rich gelatin your body needs for joint elasticity and maintenance. Ultimate Glucogel contains a 1-to-1 ratio of gelatin and glucosamine sulfate, which is a key building block of your bone matrix, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, and connective tissue. Gelatin's unique blend of amino acids not only help with muscle and joint health, but also has been shown to provide additional benefits for the brain, skin, and hair. Ultimate Glucogel. Natural, optimal daily support for joint health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome back. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift, on Global 99.5 FM. On this Wellness Wednesday, we're talking about water. So Rose says, great show. I learned a lot myself. Yeah, Rose, water ain't created equal. Water ain't water. Well, I know the comment that you made earlier, all water is the same. Not so. And I was especially fascinated to learn about structured water. I did not know that before. So apart from what Pharmacist Ben has already described as how you can get more structured water in your system, drinking more fresh vegetable juice, making sure that the electrolyte levels are good by drinking water that has sufficient healthy elements or minerals in it. And you can do that with the Tangy Tangerine by Longevity. And for those of you who are interested in learning more about how you can get your hands on some of that, I encourage you to fill out the health evaluation that I have linked to the top of my official Facebook page, because the health evaluation will help us to figure out exactly what's going on in your body, and then we can make recommendations based on that. But one of the things that Longevity has to offer is something called Quanta Water. Now, listen, I've seen this product, and I hear people talking about it, right? And I had the same attitude. Please, I can spend money to buy water. Why should I spend money to buy water from you all when I could just get water locally? Well, now I know the difference. I've never tried the Quanta Water from Longevity, but I've heard people talk about it. And I just was dismissive because I didn't have the knowledge that I now have as a result of seeing this, getting this information from Ben Fuchs. So here now is him explaining that the Quanta Water that we have at Longevity is actually structured water. Here, it's a short clip, him talking about that.
Longevity has a great structured water product. Did you know this? It's called Quanta Water.
Quanta Water.
Quanta Water is Dr. Fred Van Loo. I don't think he's a doctor, but he's the water doctor.
Water doctor.
He has a special device that actually electrifies water and creates a structuring effect on the water. And you can buy the Quanta Water. That's an example of structured water. Although Fred tells me that it has a lot more benefits than just structuring. It also has electronic benefits that make water more energizing. Structured water, by the way, is more hydrating than ordinary water.
Well, guess who's going to add Quanta Water to her next order? I've been ignoring that thing for years, thinking, please, I gotta order water from you all now. All these water companies around here. I gotta try the Quanta Water because now I understand the difference. And I've heard, many of our lecturers at the IWH talking about this Quanta Water and how good it is and how they use it and how they feel so energized afterwards and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I repent. I now got to go try some of this Quanta Water to see if I see a difference in how I feel in my energy levels and my health, etc. Now that I understand about this structuring of water. And I'm also going to make it my business to try to drink more vegetable juices. I use certain fruits in my smoothies, But I don't do a lot of vegetable juice. So I'm going to now try to incorporate more of the vegetable juices into my diet as well. I used to at one point make my own juices. I had a juicer, but I pretty much stopped that years ago. But I think I'm going to get back into juicing and juice more vegetables and fruits because you got to be careful with the amount of fruits and the level of sugar in those fruits that you don't overdo it like I do every mango season. I just overdo it. So yeah, I'm going to lean towards more of the vegetable juices as opposed to. I'm still going to drop those couple of fruits in my smoothies now. I don't think I can put them down. So if you got some mangoes for me, I'll take them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze them and then put them, in my smoothie that way. So, guys, there you have it. This is all the information that I received from that video with Ben Fuchs. The female voice in the background, by the way, was one of the trainers for the Institute of Holistic Health and my dear friend, Becca Dukes. And she was actually interviewing Ben for a radio show that she does in the United States. So that's whose voice you would have been hearing in the background. I hope you learned a lot today. I certainly did. Water isn't water. Like, not all water is the same. You've got your different types of water, and you've got the different structures of water. And it is the structured water that we need most in our bodies. How do we do that? Collagen peptides is good. You have a great source of collagen peptides. More sunlight on the skin. Who knew? And making sure that you're getting sufficient electrolytes by drinking water that has minerals. And you can do that again with a great product that Longevity has, which is a part of the 90 nutrients that you often hear me talk about. The product is called Tiny Tangerine, and that forms the three products to which you get your 90 essential nutrients, your 60 vitamins, your 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 3 essential fatty acids. That's the 90. And if you're getting the 90 every day, you're well on your way. But you got to drink the right type of water. Make sure the water that you're getting is good and clean, distilled, if possible, and from a good source. And then you're going to be well on your way. So I'm really hoping that you guys got some good information out of this show today. Rose says, now I know. See you tomorrow with another great show. Glad you guys got something out of it. Yeah, I tell you, I learned a lot today too. I mean, mash my corn, but it is what it is. It is what it is. The key to knowledge is it's not powerful unless it's applied. So I intend to apply some of this knowledge that I learned through Pharmacist Ben today. And I'll let you know how it goes. But I definitely will incorporate some of that Guanta water now that I know about the structured water. Never knew that before. I'm going to incorporate some of that and let you guys know how it goes. And I really expect, like I said, I've been talking about it for a little while, and I was ignoring them. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But now that I know why it is so effective, I'm going to give it a try to see how it works for me. And I will definitely let you know for sure. So thanks so much to you all for tuning in. If you are tuning in on Facebook, please, it's still not too late to like and share the show because people can come back and watch it at a later time. Or you may want to go back yourself and watch the show again just to make sure that you get all of the information that was provided here because it was a lot. And I know for a lot of you, this was new information that you've never heard before. I know that was certainly the case for me. I learned a lot from this show today. And I'm hoping that you did as well. My goal as a certified holistic health coach is to make sure that I share with you the knowledge that I received through my training, so that we can all be healthier at the end of the day. Because I dare say that much of the sickness and disease that we are experiencing as a nation could definitely be avoided or reversed if we just got the right information. And so I'm going to keep bringing it to you. What you do with it, well, that's on you. Okay, I see. Oh, wow, these messages just coming through. It's like all of a sudden, I see about 15 different messages just came through on the WhatsApp line. That's weird. Okay. So, somebody says here they drink coconut water. Coconut water is good. Coconut water is good. Let's see what else we have here. I think that is the only one that was sent during the time of the show. Okay, gotcha. My time is gone, folks. I want to thank you all for tuning in on this Wellness Wednesday. Hope you got a lot of it. Tomorrow, we have another great show planned for you. Don't miss it, because, I try to put it together for tomorrow. We got to talk about this UN situation, talking about the Bahamas need to absorb more of these people. And then Justice Ian Wire makes a decision, a ruling that only 2 houses need to be demolished because only those 2 people were identified as people who didn't know you ain't supposed to be building against each other. Is this the Twilight Zone? I tired, man. I gee. Hopefully we'll be talking about it tomorrow if I can get my guests lined up. Because, I think this is just beyond ridiculous. Until then, I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the